Hey, Alice, you mind if I move this wheelchair out of my way at the front door?
What's that, Gavin? My wheelchair is getting in your way or something? I made sure to put it in the corner of the entrance there specifically so it wouldn't.
Well, while I'm trying to get in and out of the house, it still gets in my way.
Are you talking about my spare wheelchair?
What? This is your spare one?
I think it is. I'm currently sitting in mine right now, so that should mean the one you're talking about is just my spare wheelchair. But why would it be getting in your way when I made sure to put it off to the side for you?
I'm sure you were just using it before and forgot to put it away, right?
But I haven't used that wheelchair for a while now.
So is it alright if I move it out of here?
Sure. Go ahead and move it.
By the way, where are you even at right now?
Right now I'm at work. I was about to send you a text saying that I'd be getting home late today, but then the servers went down here and I had to get to work on that too. I'm sorry, but I don't think I'll be getting home anytime soon. So could you please make yourself something tonight?
Is that right? Well, I'm gonna take your spare wheelchair and I'm gonna move it out into the far corner of the garage so it's not in the way anymore.
Sorry about that again, and thank you.
But come on, Alice, if you're gonna use something, make sure to put it away afterwards. Things like wheelchairs already take up a ton of space as they are. So make sure this doesn't happen again.
Alright, I'll be more careful from now on. But something still feels off about all of this. I really don't have any memory at all of using my spare wheelchair for anything.
Well, talking to me about that isn't gonna help your case.
That's very true. Sorry about that. Alice, it's getting close to 2 years now since you ended up in that wheelchair after that car accident you were in. And you still haven't been divorced by Gavin yet? Long time no see, Millie. And that's right. Thankfully, Gavin never talked to me again about wanting to get a divorce after that. And you get to live in that nice 2-story house of yours, which also happens to have a cool elevator inside of it. Well, duh, I'm in a wheelchair, which makes it near impossible for me to get up any stairs. We made sure to have it installed when we bought the house and before I moved into it. It also sounds like you still haven't been fired from your job yet, right? And your pay hasn't changed at all since the last time I spoke with you either, has it? Well, I was always working at my desk for most of the day, so it's not like me ending up in this wheelchair really changed anything for me. The fact that I can still get all of my work done for the company is why things haven't had to change. Also, this isn't the first time someone who was handicapped worked for this company, and so a lot of the building is set up for someone in a wheelchair to get around easily. For some reason, even though you and I are twins, meaning that we share the same face and height and everything, I feel like everything always revolves around you and never me. It's not fair to me at all. Not fair to you? I would like it if you never said something like that about us again, Millie. I get that being in a wheelchair ever since that accident means that I need to be supported more by those around me, but I never chose to be in a wheelchair all because neither of my legs work anymore. But it's still not fair to me. Jesus frickin' Christ. Gavin, I'm pretty sure you're focused on work still, so I'm just going to leave you with these texts giving you an update. I told you the other day about how the server at my work went down and I needed to stay late to fix it, right? A lot of the details are not cleared for me to talk about outside the office, so I won't go into too much detail. But the problems the server has been having is a lot more damaging than I had first thought. We really need to get these issues taken care of since this affects the whole entire company, beyond the headquarters. And so my team and I will be staying here for a day or two to work around the clock on this problem. I'm really sorry that I won't be home for a couple of days, but there's nothing else I can do. If there's anything you ever need from me for the next few days, go ahead and send me a text about it, and when I have some free time, I'll get back to you. And if there's ever an emergency for you, you can try calling my phone to get a hold of me, but it's better if you call the company and have them transfer you over to my desk phone. Anyway, when things calm down for a bit here, I'll get back in touch with you.
Oh, is that right? So you're gonna have to stay at your office for a few days now? All right. Roger that, Alice. I think it'll be tough for you to get in touch with me these next few days as well, so you don't have to reply to me any for the time being. Bye-bye. Wow, you really shocked me there. You told me you'd be away at the office for a few days, and so I assumed you wouldn't be coming home any. And that's why I made a dash here to get all my things ready to go on vacation. But to see you were back at home while I was here? That's not at all what you told me before, Alice. Well, there's no helping that you already found out about what I was gonna do, so either way, I'm going on this vacation overseas with my girlfriend now, which means you'll have to forgive me. After all, you were the one that lied to me about not being home, so you're at fault for what's happened to you this time. So for the time being, I'm gonna put this overseas trip with my girlfriend first and come back for you later. We can talk more about all of this when I'm back from my time with her. I suppose I'll go ahead and apologize to you right now on the off chance you are made. Sorry for blocking you on the second floor bathroom like that when you're in a wheelchair. I noticed that your phone is down on the first floor, so you won't be reading all of this until later on, and you won't be able to call anyone for help either. I'll be back to the States in about 2 weeks or so until then you just stay put in that bathroom and make sure that you stay alive. And if you do survive that long, that would be pretty incredible of you. Bye-bye now.
Hey, what's all of this about, Gavin? You locked me in the bathroom on the second floor while I'm in my wheelchair to go on vacation overseas? Huh? You're saying that I'm locked in the bathroom right now? And you were the one who did it to me? Like I had told you in the first place yesterday, I've been at the office this whole time working on fixing the company's servers. If this was all meant to be a joke, you shouldn't be joking about something like that with me. So I'm not amused, okay? You're not even reading any of these texts, are you? Must mean you're either on the plane out of the country right now, or you've already landed and don't have a SIM card there. By the way, did you say you're going on vacation overseas with your girlfriend? Gavin, are you actually going and having an affair right now? Have you been cheating on me this whole entire time or something? Wait, then if you think you went and locked me in the bathroom on the second floor, who's in there right now? Millie? I just got a call from my mom saying that she's not able to get any replies from you right now. She hasn't been able to get in touch with you since last night, actually. Have you not even gone home since last night? Well, the fact that you're an adult and all means I'm not going to say anything about you being out of the house all the time. But can you at least tell Mom or I where you've gone off to so that she isn't so worked up about you right now? You're not even reading any of these texts either. It's pretty rare for someone like you who's addicted to their phone to not be looking at any of these texts right now. Or could it be that my phone isn't working properly right now? Wait. No way. Oh, when Gavin was going on about how he had left the country to go on vacation with his girlfriend. Oh, he said...
Hey, Alice! It's not like you can respond to any of my texts right now, but I wonder how life is going for you right now in the bathroom. You making out all right in there? Well, right now I'm having a blast staying at a 5-star resort with my girlfriend on the beach and hitting all the tourist spots with her while we're on this island. And when it comes time to turn out the lights, you bet her and I are making that time in the queen-size bed count. Man, who would have thought being able to work remotely for a few weeks outside the country could be this good? Had I not been given this chance by my boss, then there would have been no way for me to take 2 whole weeks off work for this. Kinda boring that when I finally have the chance to brag this much, you can't even respond to me. This is actually very boring for me.
Oh, you wanted to get a response out of me?
Huh?
There, you got that response you were wishing for, Gavin. So what now?
You should be locked in the bathroom on the second floor of our house. And I made sure that your phone was down on the counter of the first floor. What?
When it comes to the person you went and locked in the bathroom back at our house, they were no longer breathing.
What?
They were found about a day after they had stopped breathing, which means they had no chance of being saved. And from the look of things, they had been drinking toilet water for about a day or two because someone had also turned off the water to the house before leaving.
What?
And if you're wondering why they didn't smash their way out of there in desperation, you can thank the shelf that was pushed in the way of the door in order to keep them locked away. The stench inside that room was so bad because the air stopped circulating throughout the bathroom, making it hard for the EMTs to even breathe. They also left a note saying that they thought they could make it at least another few days, but that wasn't the case.
Hold on a second. If you're able to tell me all of that right now, then that means you made it out of the bathroom?
I'm not even going to comment.
Huh? Then who even is this?
If you'd like to know who I am, then you need to come back to the States and find out. Then we can have a chat about what's going to happen to you.
I just got to the house and it smells like crap in here. And when I just went and had a look in the second-story bathroom, I made a massive mistake and locked my dad in that bathroom.
And that smell you're smelling right now wasn't from his body. It's the smell of burnt hair that you always told me you hated. I went and burned some of my own in order to fill the whole house with it as a form of payback.
What the hell? God damn it! My girlfriend's father was in the house as well when I got there, and after he'd told me what happened to my dad, he punched me in the cheek and told his daughter and I that we'd never see one another again. How bad did things come to while I was gone?
Well, at least for the past 2 weeks, you got to enjoy time at that 5-star resort, while with that girl you called your girlfriend.
There was no help in that, all right? She wanted to stay out there for those 2 weeks because it was her first time ever going overseas like that. And seeing how much she would laugh and smile at all of it made it near impossible for me to tell her the trip was canceled and that we were going home.
Is that so?
Now enough about that. I want to know who it was that was talking to me when I was overseas, saying that they were you but weren't really you at all.
You want to know about them? I guess I did promise you that I'd say something once you'd come back to the US. But before I do, there's one more thing. The person that you went and actually locked in the second-story bathroom wasn't your dad or myself.
What?
The person that was in there was someone completely different. You made a mistake when you thought that was me.
Wait. I don't care how much of a rush I was in to lock you up and get out of the house. There was no mistaking you for someone else.
But you believed me when I said your dad had been locked in there by you.
I know, but I was freaking out when I'd come home and the place smelled like crap and I saw the note in the bathroom.
Well, anyway, there happens to be one other person in this world that looks exactly like me. Did you forget about her?
What? Are you referring to... No way, that was your little sister Millie that I locked in there?
That's right.
Then that would mean it was you who was texting me after all when I was still overseas, right?
Bingo. It was actually me and not someone else.
But how? When I had seen who I thought was you in there, you were in a wheelchair.
She was using my spare wheelchair that I had kept down by the front door.
What?
And remember a little while back, you were talking to me about how my spare wheelchair was getting in your way at the front door, even though I don't ever remember using it any? And you started to complain about me and how I never put anything I use away?
Right, that did happen.
Well, the real reason that the wheelchair was out like that, sitting in front of the door, was because Millie had taken it out and was using it before leaving it there.
How do you know that?
Because she's not actually dead and is still alive enough to tell me what was going on in our house. She always told me before you locked her in there that everything was always about me and my wheelchair and that wasn't fair to her. And, well, while you and I were at work during the week, she'd come over to the house and take my spare wheelchair to ride around town in it and get a lot of attention.
What the hell is going on here?
The way she was even able to get into our house in the first place was by stealing the spare key to our house from my parents' house and using that. And you want to know something really funny? The last time she was there, right before you had locked her away, she was planning on waiting for you to come home so that she could steal you from me.
Huh?
And while she was waiting, she took the spare wheelchair again and rode it up the elevator, where she was then going to get naked and sit in it, waiting for you to come home by sitting in the bathroom. Her plan was, when you saw her, you'd think she was me, since we're identical, and that you would be turned on by what you saw and go down on her. However, you, rushing home, thinking that I'd be at work for the next couple of days, saw her in there undressing, thinking that she was me, and slammed the door before locking her in there. This is what she told me would have happened after I'd talked with her while she's in the hospital.
This can't be real!
Well, her being trapped in the bathroom like that by you is something I'd like to say she deserves based on her reason for being in the house in the first place. So don't think that I'm only going to blame you for all that's happened during this event.
Huh?
But when it comes to how you've been cheating on me with another woman, that's a completely different kind of problem.
So you didn't forget about that then?
If I'd forgotten about that detail, then I might as well call myself an 85-year-old dementia patient. I was given a lot more details about what was going on with you by a worried neighbor of ours from down the road who had seen a lot from you. And to think, that girl you were talking about being with has actually been our next-door neighbor's wife. I can't believe this.
Isn't it too early for you to be getting a freaking lawyer involved in all of this?
That's just because it took you so long to come back from Indonesia, right? At a time where you should have gotten your ass home right away, you instead went and stayed out there for another 10 days having that affair. So while I was having to wait for you, I was working on all the preparations that needed to be done in order to not have to sit around with you a second more.
Well, you asking me to pay off that settlement in one lump payment is impossible for me. You either reduce the amount you want from me, or you make it so that I can pay that off in smaller payments. Choose one of those choices right now.
Oh, that's right. You got fired from your job, right? You were given permission to work remotely for those 2 weeks you were away, yet you went and played around too much over there and never once did any of the tasks that were given to you.
You know about all of that as well?
And so what if I do?
If you really do go through with having me pay you that settlement in one lump payment only, then I'm not going to have a penny left for me in any of my accounts.
Well, there's no option for me to change what I've already asked for when it comes to that settlement. The same thing is happening with the neighbor's wife next door, and I am not going to be kind to you by allowing you to not pay as much or have more time to pay me back, while she still has to go about paying me the original way I'd asked.
No way! But I have a life of my own!
I don't give a damn about whatever sad life you have to live.
What?
Now, if you have any more complaints about this, which I really hope you don't, you go and talk to my lawyer about all of them instead of crying and whining to me. I'm putting my phone down now.
Alice, please hold on a second. Alice!
The next day, Gavin went ahead and made an attack on my parents' home, thinking that I was home. My parents' house was made very easy to access for me, and so he probably assumed that's where I was staying since I hadn't returned back to the house he and I had been in. However, he mistook my twin sister, who was sitting out on the porch of the house, as me again, and made a move on her. However, since the day that she had been locked in the bathroom of the house and almost starved to death there, she developed an intense fear of all men. And so when she saw him coming up to her while she was just trying to mind her own business, she let out this ear-ringing scream that alerted everyone around. My dad ended up sprinting out of the house, and when he saw Gavin there, who was about to lay a hand on my sister, my dad tackled him to the ground, and that was the end of Gavin's attack. From that day on, he no longer complained about anything and agreed to pay off that settlement to me in one lump payment. He did, however, cry to my lawyer about how he had to go into so much debt in order to do such a thing for me, but my lawyer told him to stop acting like a 1-year-old and grow up. When it comes to the wife of our next-door neighbor, she also went and agreed to pay the settlement off in one lump payment. But of course that meant she'd also be going into debt hell like Gavin was. So as of right now, the two of them are not seeing one another anymore, but ended up having the exact same outcome of having to work their butts off every week in order to try and escape all that debt. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.